Hey friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another first listen review. This is actually one of the first ones I was planning on doing this weekend, and I don't know, I didn't really get around to listening to it because there's a couple other ones that just couldn't wait, I guess. But so this is kind of the one I was actually I got first, and it just happened to be the one I listened to last. It's kind of weird how that worked out. But it's Tesla and their new live album called Full Throttle Live, and it's called Full Throttle Live because it was recorded at the Full Throttle Saloon at the Sturgis Bike Rally. There used to actually be a TV show, on I can't remember what one of these networks here a few years ago called the just Full Throttle Saloon, I think is what it was called. It's kind of famous for having Jesse, the lead singer of Jackal, being like a co-owner of it or something like that. I actually used to watch the show a little bit, saw a few different episodes here and there. I don't remember a whole lot about it at all. It's just kind of funny. Back when I was in a previous band, we had the opportunity to open up for Jackal, and it was kind of an interesting experience. But I have not played with Tesla, but I have seen them a couple different times. I actually saw them open for Def Leppard way back when they first came on the scene with Mechanical Resonance, and I've not had a chance to see them since then, but I was kind of excited to hear a live album because from what I remember, they were great live. I've heard a couple of the other live albums they've done. They sound pretty good, and so I was kind of looking forward to this. And so when I got it, I actually got this off Bandcamp. You guys may have heard me talk about Bandcamp and stuff before. I just really like that way of getting music because it fully supports the bands. I don't know if Tesla really needs as much support as some of the other bands on there, but it's a lot of smaller independent bands on there. They 100% of the money goes towards the bands. From what I can see, this was recorded completely live, no edits. It was mixed by Frank Hannon, which is a guitarist from Tesla, and their bassist Brian Wheat. They mixed it, recorded it, produced it, the whole deal. And I believe playing drums on this is actually Steve Brown, who is the younger brother of Dokken's former drummer Mick Brown. Because from what I understand, it doesn't really say for sure, but Troy Luccketta took a leave of absence back in 21, and since this was recorded in 22, that's what I'm gonna assume. It doesn't really say anywhere here on it, so I didn't get the hard copy. I did the digital download. So anyway, so I first got it, looked at the track listing, and I was like, well, that's an interesting choice of songs. And it's being promoted as being this hard rock and heavy set and all this stuff. Well, funny part is it's only 8 songs, so I'm assuming it's not the whole entire set because I don't know what band goes to Full Throttle Saloon only plays 8 songs. And then there's a cover song of an Aerosmith song called SOS, and then in parentheses, Too Bad. So it's basically only 8 live songs. And the funny part about it being promoted as being heavy is, in my opinion, several of these songs are not their heaviest. They've got some really heavy stuff, and like Changes, it's kind of a slow song. Call It What You Want, I don't think that's all that heavy. Actually, Breaking Free wasn't too heavy. Lazy Days, Crazy Nights, not so much. The rest of them, I guess, are kind of rocking. Edison's Medicine, I guess, would be the heaviest of the bunch. Even their newest, they got a couple new songs on here. The singles they've done over the past 2 years, Time to Rock and Cold Blue Steel, which it's cool they're playing their new material. I'm not too familiar with those 2 songs. I mean, I'd heard Time to Rock, but Cold Blue Steel I didn't even remember at all. I know I'd heard it because I remember it coming out a few years ago, but I just did not remember it at all. But Time to Rock's a decent song. I don't know, but I guess I'll say the positives about this is that they're a great live band in the aspect that they're tight. They really play well. The style of music they play is usually like a bluesy, heavy rock. I don't think some people lump them in with a hair metal and stuff like that. I never did. They were always heavier and more southern and bluesy sounding than that to me. The first album, Mechanical Resonance, was great. One of my favorite albums from that time frame. Then anyway, back to the release here. I guess Miles Away was the first single that they released off of it. Decent song, nothing really stood out on it, other than the fact that I don't know, with Jeff's voice, like on these live things that I have heard recently in the YouTube stuff that I've watched, his voice has definitely aged. It's he always had a cool like rasp and very distinct style to his singing. It sounds I don't know. I'm trying to say this as nice as I can. It's pretty rough. It's pretty brutal. I mean, he's hitting all the notes, but it just sounds like it hurts. I don't even know. I don't know how to say it. It's a little rough. And it's just throughout. Actually, it's funny when he sings changes and he's singing like the mid-range stuff. It sounds like old Jeff Keith. And then when he starts to get heavy, it's almost like the rasp is like just like overly raspy. It's just like, it sounds like a freaking motorcycle engine. I don't know. It's just rough, which I guess is fitting since this was, recorded at a motorcycle rally. But I don't know. So, then it goes into the Time to Rock, which is one of the new ones. They played it great. Breaking Free, I'm not really too familiar with that song. Call It What You Want, just not one of my favorite songs. Lazy Days, Crazy Nights, not one of my favorite songs of theirs. Cold Blue Steel was cool. I'm not, like I said, I wasn't really familiar with it, but I like the song. And then Edison's Medicine, was what they ended with, which sounded great to me. I wish they had done like just different songs, I guess. I think I would have enjoyed it more if it had just been different songs. I mean, I know I've heard, Modern Day Cowboy 100 times, but that's still a good song. Any song off of Mechanical Resonance. I mean, they didn't Hang Tough, not on here. There's so many other songs they could have done, even their cover of Signs, which I don't really care about. It just seems strange that they didn't do it. It just seems like a really strange song list. I know this is kind of supposed to be in concert with Record Store Day, so maybe it was just something going to be like an oddball thing a lot of these bands do, that's like just a one-time deal, limited pressing. Of course, it is. They released it digitally and streamed it too, so I don't know. But so they ended with the cover song Aerosmith, SOS, which actually I think was the best sounding thing on here. Obviously, it was a studio recording, but his singing sounds like not as painful on that version. It's a fun song, not really a well-known song, but I've heard it before. I knew the song, enjoyed it, thought it was odd, but there's a lot of bands that do that. Kind of made it their own a little bit. Obviously nobody sounds like Steven Tyler or Joe Perry, so they put their own little twist on it and did a good job. As far as overall, I'm probably not ever going to listen to this again. To be honest, it really didn't do anything for me. There's better live recordings of their stuff out there. Just better sounding as far as the singing goes. As far as the playing goes, they play great. Just, I don't know, Jeff's voice is really, really rough on this. Probably won't ever listen to it again, like I said. So I don't even want to rate it, because I'm afraid I'm just going to rate it too low. Maybe if I hear it a couple more times, I'll enjoy it. I doubt it though. Kind of disappointed in it, quite honestly. So I don't know. If anybody else out there has heard this and has an opinion on it that's they want to share, even if it differs with mine. I know a lot of people don't always agree with what I say, but that's what music's all about. It's just a matter of opinion. Some people may like the way he sings on this and have no issue with it sounding like he's in pain. I don't know, but that's just my opinion on it. So anyways, I guess that's enough for this weekend. We'll see what comes out next Friday, and maybe I'll have some other great choices. Like the earlier stuff I listened to was awesome. Metal Church, it was super great release. I think you should check that one out. And I said super great. And what else did I listen to that I really liked? I don't know. Matchbox 20 was not what I was hoping for, but I don't know. Neither was the Yes album, so I don't know. There's some wins and some losses. Man, it's been a long weekend. I think I'm gonna go take a little nap. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share, and all that fun stuff. And I'll see you next time. See you.